morning. So, semi-serious conversation this morning, in a way. And that is, as you well know, I play Heroes of the Storm quite a bit. Although not as recently, because they announced that Legion's coming out, so, I gotta get all my characters to level 100 and make sure that I can, play with whichever character I want to run with for that expansion, because Lord knows I only know about 2 days before the launch what I'm gonna play. So, a lot of the time I play quick match because I'm like, I don't really feel like, getting all serious and stuff, and I like to play characters like Rexar and Nova and things like that, people who aren't very highly competitive. And that's what I want to talk about. Today's lesson is don't be an asshole in ranked, because there are a lot of assholes in ranked. And I have a friend who's very good. He's gotten rank 1. He's better than I am. He always tells me about the stupid shit that I do, so I get better. I appreciate that, because I do a lot of stupid shit. And the problem that he's running into, and that a lot of people are running into, is that when you're playing in solo queue, or when you're not with a group of people, you'll go in and you'll be like, hey, I'll play this character, whatever. And then you'll be like, okay, guys, all we need is somebody who can, somebody who can tank, wave, clear, heal, whatever. Like, the rest of the team is built and it's solid. And then somebody's like, no, for I am the best Vala player. We do not need a healer, for if I deal more damage than they do, then no one will need to be healed. And I'm like, look, it's something we got to get established early on. And then there's even times where it's like, it's not even a crucial thing, where it's like, sometimes it'll be like, okay, so fine, so we've already got a solid warrior to take all the damage up front, and we've got a support. That's cool. So then it comes down to damage, and you're like, hey, so we've got nobody who has any sustained damage, against, like, a fight where the angel and the fucking demon fight in the middle. I forgot the fuck it's called. Like, Battle of Eternity, I think, or some shit like that. But, like, you need some sustained damage so you can actually take the fucker down. Last picks there, you've got everything there lined up, except for one thing, sustained damage. You're like, hey, last person, do you mind if you pick something like, that can do some steady damage output? No! I will play Nova, and you will like it, but we need to be able to win the race, and no! I will carry all you scrubs, because I know how to play Nova. I am the best Nova player, NA. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, look, I always tell people, play the characters that you know best. And sometimes, when it's like one of those things like where they need an assassin and they say, hey, don't play this assassin, they're not very good, and you can prove them wrong, fine. That's totally good. But there are things that mechanically cannot be done. And, for example, in the example I just gave, if you are doing a thing where you need a lot of output to bring down a boss or to be able to capture objectives, a fucking Nova's not going to do it. And, you need somebody who can. Raynor, Tychus, fuck, there's a lot of people. We just need a steady outflow of damage. And, the way people set up, they don't give a fuck. They just like, oh, I'm just going to play whatever the fuck and fuck the team, because I don't give a fuck, because it's solo queue. And I'm like, do you want to advance? Like, do you want to get further? Sometimes you have to look at what the team needs and play your best. Like, I always tell people, you need to have a good grasp on a good amount of characters. Like, have some characters that you are, like, godly with. That's great. You need to have a few of those, too. But you gotta know, you can't always pick those characters. Once in a while, the team's gonna need you to pick something that's gonna help them. Whether it be supporting, or taking all the damage, sustained damage, CC, lane clear. Something like that. There's always a need, and we have to make sure that the team's balanced, because depending on which map you're on, it's crucial. Like, I don't want to see somebody who's like, when it's Towers of Doom, and you're picking a fucking last pick, they're like, hey, we need somebody who can, bully people away, or who can put out some damage, and you're like, I'm gonna play Abathur. And we're like, Christ, on Towers of Doom, are you fucking kidding me? And look, there's just shit you need to play to help further your team's thing. So I'm just telling you, to all those people who play Heroes of the Storm, don't be an asshole. Try to help your fucking team out. Play your best characters when you can and when it's appropriate, but don't be a dick and fuck your team because you don't feel like changing what you play. Anyways, I have more Heroes of the Storm videos coming out. That was just my lesson for the day. I have plenty more to say on that regard. I'm going to start a series within a series, which is basically, teach me the basics or whatever. I'll come up with a better name for it later. But anyways, you guys have a good day, and I shall talk to you later.